Here we got two crosstabs created from the demo sheet cube, which was then created from the data discovery tool. Over here we got the build to name dimension, and you can see it's been nicely alphabetically sorted, which is probably the way you would like it to be. But sometimes you want to have a different sorting order, maybe by a customer number instead of the customer name. Over here in this crosstab we got salesperson code here, and if I now go and add a department code here as well, I would like to know which department each of these salespersons are a member of. And I can do that by adding the department code on the same axis as the salesperson code. It will come up like this with the department code, the sales department information for each of my salespersons here. But also we got this unwanted subtotal for each of my salespersons. And if we go here, of course we can hide the subtotals if we like, but even if we do that, it'll actually still use resources on producing the subtotals in the background. So let's see how we can fix this. Let's go to the data discovery tool, and we would like to edit our cube here. And one thing we need to do here is that we got our build to names here, and right above that we got the build to customer number, which we'd like to use for sorting our build to names. And a bit further down, just to verify that we got salesperson code and department code here as well. So let's go into attribute settings. We can see the newly added attribute build to customer number here goes in with as a measure. We don't want that. We even don't want to become a dimension. It just should be on the list here, because as long as it's on the list, now when I go into build to name and look at the order property here, I can still use my build to customer number to order my build to names now by my customer numbers. So that's one thing I wanted to do. The other thing I wanted to do was for my salesperson codes, I want to add a so-called member property. The department code should be a member property of my salesperson code, instead of having that as a separate dimension. You can keep it as a separate dimension if you want to, but you can also disable it here. So let's save that and save the cube as well. And once that has been updated, we can go and have a look again here. So if I redefine this crosstab here and remove my department code dimension and look into my salesperson code dimension here, you can now see that department code is a member property. It looks like this, a member property of my salesperson code. And if I simply add that, it will tell me which department each of my salespersons are a member of, without using resources on producing a subtotal. Looking at the other crosstab, that's where we want to sort it by customer numbers instead of build to names. And simply when I do a refresh, you can see that the sorting order will now be different according to build to customer numbers.